Hey guys, Michelle Ketterman back again. My intention for today's video is to share some of the techniques and experiences that I've had with the effects that the treatment and the chemotherapy has on our skin. Everybody knows your skin is the biggest organ of your body, and so there's a lot of things that happen to your skin when you are being treated for a diagnosis of cancer. So I want to talk about some of those and how they can be eliminated. I just got off of another 46-hour round of treatment just yesterday afternoon, and you can tell if you look here, you can also, with the lighting, you can see I've got a lot of makeup and stuff on that. But what happens a lot of times with, and it's called chemo skin, is you get these huge cysts, and they're pretty painful, and they're really gross. I'm going to be really frank with you, they're gross. And I've always had issues with face and with breaking out in hives and that sort of thing my whole life. So it's not surprising that this is a side effect that I'm experiencing. But I wanted to share with you the ways that I am able to really keep it under control. So the first thing I want to let you know is everything that I can do naturally, organically, I will. I don't eat meat. I don't really ever eat any animal products like cheese or milk or anything like that either. So that's the first thing I do. The other thing I do is I don't put chemicals on my skin if I can afford it at all. So for probably 20 years, I have avoided chemicals on my skin because I do have very sensitive skin. So keep that in mind when I explain my regimen to you that might freak a couple of you out. So here's a little history on my skin. I already mentioned that I get hives and I have allergic reactions and things come out in my skin. It's just how my body reacts to things. I had very, very bad acne as a child, and so I've always had to be super sensitive to my super sensitive skin. So don't freak out. This is how I take care of my skin. I wash my face every morning with honey that's local mixed with cinnamon. It gives it a really nice little microdermabrasion scrub, and it's really nice. Really, really wonderful. And it just rinses off smooth. Honey is a natural antimicrobial and antibacterial, so hey, we know that's doing something, right? And then once a week, I do what's called OCM, which is, brace yourself, the oil cleansing method. Now, I know if you're hearing this for the first time, you're doing the exact same thing I'm doing. You're sitting there going, are you kidding me right now? I promise I'm not kidding. The oil cleansing method uses the concept that oil dissolves oil. So you have all this oil on your face. If you're having treatment like I am, you get the cysts and you have all this stuff happening to your face. So what's the best way to cleanse your face naturally without stripping it? Because a lot of chemicals or anti-acne, they strip your face, which then makes your face secrete more oil and produce more of that so that it can make up for what's being stripped. It's crazy, I know. So here's what I do. When I have my treatment, now when you have a 46-hour treatment, we've talked about my port before, I'm plugged directly into my port. And so I can't shower for 3 days, which stinks. Let me tell you what. It stinks, I stink, it's not fun. But you can always wash your face, of course, even if you don't shower. So here's what I do. I take 100% sunflower oil. This is a true story, guys. This is not a joke. I take sunflower oil, I put it on my fingers, and I rub it. Now what happens is after you rub it for 5 or 10 minutes, it starts feeling really gritty. And you're thinking, what the heck? How did I get sand on my fingers? Well, actually what it is it's all the junk in your pores being cleaned out. So I started doing it with my fingers, but now I use one of these suckers. It's a brush that just turns on and it spins around and it's wonderful. And I'll sit in front of the TV. Sometimes I'll do it for 20 or 30 minutes. You only need to do it for 5. Then you take a washcloth, just as hot as you can stand it, and put it on your face and wipe the oil off, rinse off the washcloth, do it again and let it sit on there. What it does is it pulls everything out of your pores. I know it's crazy. Then I'll go to bed. The next day I'll wake up. My face isn't greasy at all. Isn't that amazing? You wash with oil and then you go to bed and your face isn't oily. It's absolutely insane. And it really, really gives you this radiant glow. And the really awesome thing is sunflower is so good for your skin, and it's got vitamin E, and it's got all this amazing stuff. And it's non-comedotic, which means that that type of oil doesn't cause acne. So coconut oil, olive oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, you can use all those to wash your face. It is amazing. After 2 or 3 days, you have a whole new face. It is unbelievable. You really truly have to experience it for yourself. And then to take care of my face, I use L'Occitane, and I use the Divine, this is the Divine extract that I use under my eyes, and this is the Divine cream that I use all over my face. I use these because these are all natural, and again, everything you put on your skin goes in your body. And if you are trying to get your cells back to their natural and purest form, like I'm doing with the cells that currently have been diagnosed with cancer, I don't want to put junk on my body because then it's going to, on my skin, because then it's just going to be absorbed in my body. And I don't want that. I don't want anything at all getting in the way with my cells getting to that perfect state. So for my makeup, I use Physicians Formula, Physicians Formula, Physicians Formula. I love Physicians Formula. I've also gotten some stuff from Sephora, and if I'm really, like you can see a lot of this right here, I've covered that up with my Perricone MD, and this is no foundation. I don't use this every day because it's really thick, and I don't like that on my face. But that is an option, and it's a really good option if you really are trying to keep your face clean and unsterile and that. So I wanted to tell you about something else that I do. So that's my face. But your whole body dries out when you are having chemotherapy treatment. So I make my own lotion. And I make it with, it's just sounds bizarre, but I use coconut oil. Coconut oil and a little bit of this, which is a sweet orange essential oil, and you can get this in any health food store. So what I do is I take my coconut oil. Now this is super important, guys. This Nutiva is a great brand, but this is what you're looking for. You are looking for this that says Fair Trade Certified, and I have their logo on a pin. I really support this organization, and I hope that you do too because of what they stand for and what they do. This is the logo that you're looking for, guys. Fair Trade Certified. You want to know that they're getting the best products and that it's going back to the local economy. It's just a wonderful organization. They're on Twitter at Fair Trade Certified USA, and I highly recommend that you connect with them. But here's what I do. I take my virgin coconut oil, that's Fair Trade Certified, of course. I put it in with a hand mixer, and then I put 5 to 10 little drops of my sweet orange in there. And I mix it and I mix it with the hand mixer. And this amazing thing happens. I get this like super cool whipped. It's like a really nice, soft, delicate whipped cream that comes from the coconut oil. So when you whip it, it becomes really soft and just delicious. And when you put it on, if you put a whole bunch on, of course you're going to be a greasy mess, let's be real. But when you put just a little bit on, your skin just sucks it up and you are left with the softest, most silky baby skin you can imagine. And I put this all over. So when I'm done with treatment, I especially really want to put that moisture back into my skin. The other thing that's interesting is coconut. I'm going to add a little more because I love it. Coconut oil is also an antimicrobial and an antibacterial. So if you have a little bit of a little candida, if you have some candida sores, you can put it on that too. But it also has an SPF of 15, naturally. There are times when I know I'm going to be out a lot, I'll put a little coconut oil in my fingers and I'll just rub it all over my head. It feels great. Coconut oil has been used for centuries to help people grow their hair back. And so I know that it's really good. It's going straight into my skin, into my body, into my scalp, into my pores, and it's feeding it. And I know that it's Fair Trade Certified. So as silly as those couple little things seem, and as far-fetched as washing your face with oil might sound, give it a try because it is absolutely amazing. And I'm telling you, if I can use a little bit of oil after some chemotherapy treatment and feel good and look good and have this silky, silky, radiant skin, why not? I mean, my goodness, this right here is $150. This is well worth $150, my L'Occitane, guys, because it's wonderful. But this is about $10. And this will last forever if you're making your own lotion. And the safflower oil is less than $5. This will last 2 years probably. So give it a try. At least consider using different techniques to get rid of some of your cysts or maybe side effects that you're having from your chemotherapy and your treatment. The other thing you can do is just like this sweet orange essential oil, you can get tea tree oil. And if I have a really bad cyst or one that's really painful, and those do happen, guys, they do. That's just the reality of treatment. I will put a little Q-tip in it and I'll just dab a little tea tree oil right on that cyst. It's not something that's recommended for long periods of time or for big areas, but for one little cyst, I'll put it on there and it really helps dry it out because those cysts are painful. And if you're having reaction to your treatment and you're feeling nauseous and you're feeling upset and you're feeling woozy and wonky, gosh, the last thing you want is painful sores on your face. So why not do a couple really simple, quick preventive and then basic treatment things to make sure that your face looks as good and feels as good as it possibly can. So until next time, Michelle Ketterman. My intention with these videos is to really share some of this stuff. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me. My email address is findme@michelleketterman.com. And it's 2 L's, 2 T's, Michelle Ketterman. And please look for me on Twitter. I'm at Ketterman Says. And until next time, I hope that your world is as radiant as mine is because life is good on this side of things. Bye, guys. Talk to you soon.